Well, it's now time to take that first step on the journey of 1,000 miles, or in your case, the journey of 5 weeks. This is module or week 1. And the first thing we're going to do is get started. To do that, you need to be on PowerPoint slide 1.2, and you need to be listening to the Module 1 Getting Started audio. Each week, or module, we will begin with a Getting Started slide and audio. So looking at today's Getting Started, number 1, each module will begin with an overview which will consist of a PowerPoint presentation and an audio of the lesson plan for the week. The PowerPoint will tell you exactly what the week's activities will be, what readings you will be required to do, what materials you will need, and what each step will be. The PowerPoint slides will contain a general outline of the topics and subtopics, but detail will be added on notes at the bottom of each slide, or at the bottom of most slides. There will also be audio added. You will be directed as to what you will need and where it is located each step of the way. The first step will be to overview the course syllabus. For this step, you will need a copy of the syllabus in front of you, and you will need to open the syllabus overview audio. You will find the text of the audio in notes below. We are now going to overview the course syllabus. So please open up the syllabus, follow along using the outline below, the syllabus audio, and the notes under PowerPoint number 1.3. There are 4 basic categories or parts to the syllabus. The first is general demographic information. The second section is the section for goals for the course, which will include both goals and standards. The third is the grading for the course, and the fourth is the readings section. Please look at the notes below this slide. You will see the first element or item is general information and goals. The syllabus begins with general information that you will need to know. First is my data information. Second is the course description. This is the official one that the university uses. And next is the purpose of the course, which is a more detailed overview than the catalog description provides. What I try to do there is to let you know why we are using this course and what you are going to get from it. The second section is probably the most critical section. There is, first of all, in the goals section, a unit goal, which is the general overall goal statement for the course. And then I divide the unit goal into its components, which I call instructional goals. There are 2 basic instructional goals or components. You will see portions of these components on each lesson plan. You will therefore always know how a weekly module fits into the overall goal scheme. The first component focuses on the content of the course. The second component focuses on the 2 major writing projects, the portfolio entries for the course. The next element in the goals section is to show how the standards, which you saw in the program overview, fit with this particular course. It is in the form of a chart with the instructional goals in the left column and the 3 different sets of standards in the other columns. So for this course, the standards that are addressed are in the chart. You will notice that not all standards are covered in every course or every section of a course. You will notice that the SOE, School of Education, mission statement is also attached to the syllabus, and you will find the three components of it on the footer of each page of each document we produce. That is just to keep you reminded of our overall SOE vision. Grading for the course is as you see it. 20% of the grade is on the final exam. The questions that I've already given you. 40% on the shadow study, which is one of the portfolio entries, and 40% on the iceberg, which is the other portfolio entry. The final exam is built on the Lee-Jenkins continuous learning model. Each lesson module, therefore, will conclude 2 non-graded quizzes consisting of 6 questions randomly picked from the final exam questions. These are for practice only. Therefore, the final exam should be easy. The other 2 items are explained in separate assignment sheets, that is, the portfolio entries. There is no grade for participation, but I do reserve the right to lower a student's grade by at least 1 full grade if the student does not participate in all of the course activities. If you wish to become an administrator, ethics will be of the highest concern. Academic integrity is not just an academic issue, but it is an indication of the ethics of the student and a forecast of the nature of leader the student will be. Therefore, any indication of academic dishonesty or violations of dispositions, see the dispositions policy, can and may result in expulsion from the program. I personally regard ethics as a very strong and powerful concern and something that is often overlooked in administration. And the last section of the syllabus, the class textbook, is the reading for the course. It is as listed on the syllabus, and it's the only reading required. There's also a list of journals that you might find helpful in learning about leadership. Now we'll turn to the lesson plans, and so please go to the lesson plan audio. Thank you. We are now at step 2 of our lesson plan for Module 1. This is an overview of the lesson plan for today, and each of the modules will have one of these. It's something of a blueprint for that module's activities and is divided into the following parts. First, instructional goals. Second, a lesson rationale. Third, performance objectives. 4, content. 5, materials that you'll need for the lesson. 6, instructional procedures for the lesson. And of course, 7, 2 quizzes. And I'll go over the details of each of these, and they are on the notes below and on the lesson plan audio. First, instructional goals. These are from the syllabus and indicate to you how the lesson fits the course instructional goals. The components and subcomponents of the appropriate goals that are being covered today are listed. So each time you can see how that particular lesson meets part of the instructional goals and also part of the portfolio entry goals. The second item is the lesson rationale. The lesson rationale simply provides a general purpose of today's lesson for each of the items to be covered, usually course content and the 2 portfolio entries. Performance objectives are the specific action items that students actually perform for each element of the lesson. They are stated in behavioral terms using action verbs, so you will always know what is expected of you to actually do during the lesson. The content is a review of the actual content that will be involved for each element of the lesson. Materials lists all of the materials you will need for the lesson. The instructional procedures section is the key of the lesson. Here is listed exactly what the lesson is all about, step by step. For example, you will notice section A, which says that we will cover the course and Module 1. First, we will review the syllabus, text, mechanics, which we all have already done. Next, we will overview the lesson plan, which we are doing now. And after overviewing the lesson plan, we will begin Chapter 1. This, then, is the most important element of the lesson plan. You will also notice that, in two different places, the lesson plan calls for a quiz. This relates to the final exam. During each lesson, your instructor or coach will randomly pick 6 questions from the question list given you at the beginning of the course. You will be answering the questions and emailing them to a partner picked by the instructor or coach who will check your answers and email you back the number correct and incorrect. In that way, everyone will eventually have all the answers to the questions and will have reviewed those answers several times. These quizzes are ungraded. Then, during the last module, you will take the final exam, which consists of those same questions. So I would expect everyone to do very well. And next, we will actually start on the lesson for today itself.